Hello my dear students, welcome back to my class. And today, in today's class, I will discuss about a new topic, okay, that is finite and non-finite verbs. So what is finite and what is non-finite verbs? So here is some given 4 examples you see. So read these sentences. First example you see, she likes fried chicken. Second example, they are boring neighbors. And third example, smoking in public places has been banned. And fourth one is, I asked my brother to buy a camera for me from Singapore. Okay. Students, you see the underlined words are non-finite verbs in these sentences. Okay, the underlined words, that means first one sentence underlined word is fried, second one sentence underlined word is boring, smoking, to buy. So that's are all non-finite verbs, and the words in color are finite verbs. The words in color in these sentences, and they are all finite verbs. So these are in first one sentence you see, likes is a finite verb, are has been banned, and fourth one is asked. So that's are all finite verbs, and in underlined words are non-finite verbs. A finite verb changes its form according to the tense, number and person, and finite verbs also changes its form. Okay, changes its form according to the tense, number and person of the subject of the sentences. And a simple sentence has only one finite verbs. All sentences have at least one finite verbs. So first one line you see, a finite verb changes its form according to the tense, number, person and the subject of the sentences. Students, you see the first one example, she likes fried chicken. So in this sentence, likes is a finite verb. Okay, and the verb was also be changed. Why? You see she is a third person and singular number. And when the subject is third person and singular number, the verb is also be changed and to be as be used s or es. Okay, so she likes, third person singular number, she here given as a subject, and that's why in verb like include s or es in this sentence, and likes is also be a finite verb. Okay, then in sentence 1, the verb likes is an agreement with the third person and singular subject she. Like in the verb likes is an agreement with the third person singular number she. Similarly in sentence 2, the verb are. Similarly sentence 2 here are, they are boring neighbors. And in sentence 2, the verb are is plural and is an agreement with the plural subject they. Okay, subject is plural, and that's why the verb is going to be used as a plural form is are. Okay, in all these sentences, that means 1, 2, 3 and 4 sentence here given. In all these sentences, the tenses of this sentence are also determines the form of the verb. Okay. For instance, sentence 4 is, I asked my brother to buy a camera for me from Singapore. So, in 4 number sentence, you see, 4 is in the past tense, and therefore it takes the past tense form of the verb ask. I asked. Okay, I asked my brother to buy a camera for me from Singapore. Okay, asked, that's why it's the sentence is past form of the sentence. So that's why it's the past tense and past form of the sentence, and therefore it takes the past tense from the verb ask. Asked, asked, asked. So asked is a past form of the verb ask. Okay. Then non-finite verbs do not change. Finite verbs are changed, but non-finite verbs do not change. They are formed according to the tense, number, person of the subject of the sentences. Okay. So it's the main point in this topic. Finite verbs are changed according to the tense, number, person of the subject of the sentence, but non-finite verbs do not change according to their tense, number, person of the subject of the sentences. Okay, it's the huge difference between finite and non-finite verbs. So examples you see, my legs hurt a lot. So my legs hurt, it's a non-finite verbs. Non-finite. Their legs hurt a lot. Our legs hurt a lot. That's the examples of non-finite verbs. Okay. The non-finite verbs, unlike a finite verb, is not dependent on the subject. Okay, non-finite verbs, unlike a finite verb, non-finite verbs is not dependent on the subject. There are three kinds of non-finite verbs. Students, you see the first one kind of non-finite verb is the infinitive. So, in sentence 4. So, what's the sentence? Sentence is I asked my brother to buy a camera for me from Singapore. So, in 4 number sentence, to buy is a non-finite verb, you know. So, to buy is the infinitive verb. Okay. Infinitive verb, it consists of to plus the base form of the verb. The base form of the verb and names and action. It is mostly used as a complement to the verb. Then you see, we must learn to keep quiet. We must learn to keep quiet. So in this sentence, to keep is a infinitive verb. So to plus the base form of the verb. Okay. Second sentence you see, she told me to work hard. So to plus the base form of the verb. Okay. So to work is an infinitive verb. Okay, or non-finite verbs. Okay. Sometimes an infinitive verbs can also be used as a subject. Sometimes in some sentences an infinitive verbs can also be used as a subject. So example you see, to are is human. To plus base form of the verb to are is human. To are is used as a subject form of this sentence. Okay. Next, you see the gerund. The verb smoking in sentence 3. So, sentence 3 is smoking in public places has been banned. Smoking in public places has been banned. So, smoking is a non-finite verb, so you know. In gerund, you see the verb smoking in sentence 3 is an example of the gerund form of the verb used as a noun. Okay. It consists of the base form of the verb plus ing. It can occur in the subject and the object position in a sentence. Sentence is smoking in public places has been banned. So in this sentence, smoke is a main verb. Smoke is the base form of the verb. So, smoke plus ing, that's smoking. It can occur the subject and object position in a sentence. Okay. Like next example you see, I don't like cheating. So, cheat is a verb. So, cheat plus ing, cheating. So all over in this sentence, cheating is a gerund form. Okay. Next sentence you see, walking is good for health. Walk is a verb. So walk plus ing, walking. And it also be used in this sentence, walking is good for health, and it also be used, that means walking, as the subject in this sentence. Walking is good for health, and walking is also be a gerund form. Okay. Next point is the participle. The verbs fried in sentence 1. Sentence 1 is, you see, she likes fried chicken. So fried is non-finite verbs, you know, but you see the verbs fried in sentence 1, boring. Okay, boring in a sentence. Second 2 example of participle forms of the verb used as adjectives. Second one sentence is she likes fried chicken, and the second one sentence is they are boring neighbors. Okay, forms of verbs and used as adjectives in this sentence. We use verb plus d or ed or en or t to form the past participle form of the verb. Okay. Dried grapes are called raisins. Dried is the past participle form of the verb, and the main verb is dry. Okay, dry, dried, dried. Next sentence you see, nobody ate the burnt toast. Burn, burnt, burnt. So burnt is the past participle form of the verb burn. Okay. Some more examples are broken chair, burnt roti, boiled eggs. So broken, burnt, boiled. That's all are past participle form of the verb. We use the base form of the verb plus ing to form the present participle form of the verb. Okay. Justin invented a talking robot. So talking, T-A-L-K, talk plus ing, talking. Talk is the main verb, talk is the verb, and ing include ing, that's the word is talking. So Justin invented a talking robot, with the base form of the verb plus ing form the present participle form of the verb. Okay. Students, we know that finite verbs can be recognized by their form and their position in the sentence. So finite verbs are often groups of words that include such auxiliary verbs as can, might, can, must, have, and be. Like can be suffering, must eat, will have, gone. Actually finite verbs usually follow their subjects. And non-finite verbs is a verb that is not a finite. Non-finite verbs can be perform action as the root of an independent clause. Okay. So finite verb, you see a verb which shows time, or a verb which is limited by number, person and gender of the subject is known as a finite verb. Examples you see, Neha writes letters. Neha is the naming words and is the third person in singular number and writes. That's why in verb includes s. Writes letters. They write letters. We have written letters. And non-finite verbs, on the other hand, non-finite verbs is a verb that does not show time, or a verb which is not limited by number, person and tense of the subject is known as a non-finite verbs. And the examples are Raman tries to sing, we try to sing, and they try to sing. And students, I hope all of you better understand this topic, that is finite and non-finite verbs, right? And with this, thank you so much, students.